All right, welcome to the prizes webinar for Great Community Give. Let me share my screen here. Hopefully you can see the presentation there. So yeah, thank you all again for joining me this morning. Again, this is the prizes webinar for Great Community Give. Hopefully you know by now that it is on April 19th. And if you don't know that by now, then I'm not doing something right. So please feel free to reach out to me for any questions that you have. And yeah, this lovely lady here, Kay Harrison, is one of our volunteers on the planning team, and one of her favorite jobs in Great Community Give on the day of is calling nonprofits and letting them know that they won a prize. So hopefully you will get a call from this wonderful lady on April 19th. All right, this is a quick intro for those that don't know me. I think the majority of you do by now, but just in case we haven't had the delight in getting to know each other a little bit better in this campaign, my name is Amanda Baumfim. I'm the Director of Marketing and Program Initiatives for the Community Foundation of Harrisonburg and Rockingham County. We are the proud and happy host of Great Community Give. You can see my picture there on the left-hand side holding a Klein's ice cream coupon. And hopefully you know what that's all about, but if not, one of the incentives, one of our main driven goals this year is to ramp up donor engagement. And a great way to do that is the peer-to-peer fundraising feature. And so one of the incentives we have for those individual fundraisers and ambassadors for your organizations is this Klein's promotion. So the top 2 peer-to-peer fundraising pages that engage the most donors through their page will each receive 13 free 1-scoop coupons from Klein's Dairy Bar. So lots of more info on that on the website, but hopefully you know a little bit about that by now. And if not, definitely check it out and share it with your peer-to-peer fundraisers, and maybe they can win some free ice cream. So this is the agenda for this morning's webinar. We're going to go over the sponsors. We're going to go over the nonprofit categories. What does that mean? The early giving phase, the prizes themselves, the rules associated with the event in general, and then a Q&A session at the end, like I mentioned before. On the right-hand side, you will see a picture of our platinum sponsor, Harrisonburg Radio Group. Many thanks to them for all their work and just amazing partnership throughout this entire experience. They have repeatedly shown how much they care for our nonprofits, and so grateful for all the work that they've done. So let's talk about the sponsors, right? We have a volunteer committee, the planning team. You saw Kay there. She is what I like to call her as our creative director. If you've seen all of the giant vine with the leaves that grow every time we reach a milestone, and all the decorations outside of the community foundation, those are all handmade by her. So she was promoted to creative director of our planning team committee because she just outdoes herself every year. But a portion of our volunteer planning team is dedicated to sponsorships, and those individuals go out in the community and partner with the business sponsors that contribute to the prize pool for Great Community Give. And those sponsors join us at different levels, and depending on those levels, they engage in different level benefits. And so each of those sponsorship commitments, like I said, are added to a prize pool collectively, and then the planning team decides how those monies will be divided out into the prizes we give out during the entire event from start to finish. And so yeah, you can see below, F&M Bank has also been a sponsor with us from the very beginning. We're also very thankful for them and all the other sponsors that have partnered with us from year 1 to now. And you can see that I'm mentioning the sponsors a lot. I'm thanking them because of how grateful I am to them, because without them, the excitement of the day really is a no-go. Their sponsorships and their commitments to adding to that prize pool is what really drives the excitement for the day of giving. And it really motivates donors to give and to help their nonprofits win even more money. Their gift of $10 could potentially mean $1,000 for your nonprofit. And so really the sponsors are what drives the excitement for the day. So if you have a moment or two, at least once a day or every other day, go on the Great Community Give social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You'll notice we thank our sponsors every time. And if you or your organization care to leave a comment and thank that sponsor for their contribution, I know they would appreciate it, and I would too. And speaking of the sponsors, I want to give a huge shout out to every single one of them that have partnered with us this year for the 6th annual Great Community Give. These wonderful businesses and individuals, again, make GCG successful. So without them, the GCG just wouldn't be GCG. So again, so grateful for them. So let's talk about nonprofit categories. I've mentioned nonprofit categories before. Some of you may have gotten an email from me asking for some more financial information, either in the form of your Form 990 or 990 Easy or 990N, or the latest budget for your organization if you don't have a Form 990 yet. And the reason being is because we divide the nonprofits into two similarly sized categories, or buckets, if you will. So when you see small or medium large nonprofits, this is what we mean. The small nonprofits are organizations that have revenues and expenses less than 500,000, and the medium large nonprofits have revenues and expenses equal to or more than 500,000. And the reason we do this is because the first year we didn't do this, and the prizes were, I won't say it was unfair, but it didn't give the smaller organizations a chance to really hone in on those cash prizes we gave out that first year. So we received that feedback from the nonprofits the first year, and then we took that and made it into this system. So the small nonprofits will all have a chance to work towards the leaderboards and the power hours, and the medium large will all have a chance for those leaderboards and the power hours and all the other types of prizes. So early giving. If you don't know what early giving is, definitely check out the nonprofit FAQ. We have a lot of great information on the website about early giving and what it entails and what it looks like. So early giving, as a reminder, is the 2-week period prior to the start of event where donations are accepted starting April 5th all the way to the start of the event on April 19th. And early giving starts on April 5th. So nonprofits can start receiving online and offline gifts, and gifts made during this time period will count towards leaderboard prizes, the board member prize, the Good Samaritan prize, early giving, community influencer prizes. So the reason why we have this 2-week period, the early giving stage or phase, if you will, is so that we can give those folks who prefer to give cash and checks directly to the nonprofits of their choice a little more time to get their gifts delivered or get their gifts in hand for those nonprofits so that they can enter it in the system, in the website, and it will count towards those prizes. So we give those folks a little more time to get those gifts in. And yeah, so far, you know, in years past, early giving, I'll say the first year wasn't totally heavily used, but then I think the following year there was 280,000 raised during early giving. So not for nothing, early giving really makes a difference. And early giving can also apply for those folks who are going away that week or that day, or they know they're going to be super busy that day, full of meetings, and they don't want to forget to give. Or, you know, they just want to get it out of the way and make sure their gifts count toward the chosen nonprofits. This 2-week early giving period really kind of accommodates, hopefully, all of those needs. And those gifts that will show up, I'm sorry, those gifts that were made during early giving will show up on the website at the start of the event. So it'll start that ticker on the homepage that, you know, that countdown will go away, and it will be replaced by the number of donors and the dollars and organizations that are participated. And it'll be real-time updates on the homepage starting at 6:30 on April 19th. So this year we have a whole list of kinds of prizes this year. We have a couple new ones and a few ones that we introduced last year that are coming back this year. And then we have the four big guys that we have had since the very beginning. So the leaderboards, power hours, the golden tickets board member, we've always had those. Last year we introduced Good Samaritan, Community Influencer, and the Leg Up Prize. And this year we are introducing Early Giving and Early Bird. And the reason why we're introducing all these kinds of prizes is to, you know, drive that engagement and make it more exciting for everyone involved. And, you know, we received feedback last year that the prizes that were based on a random drawing really was like a great way to incorporate everybody. So again, I want to make sure that everyone involved has a great time and has a lot of fun. So that's why we're coming up with these new challenges and new prizes for the nonprofits. So now we're going to go through each one. The leaderboard prizes. So we have small nonprofit, greatest number of donors, small nonprofit, most dollars raised, medium large nonprofit, greatest number of donors, medium large nonprofit, most dollars raised. And these are for the nonprofits who engage the greatest number of donors or raise the most dollars throughout the entire campaign from start to finish. So from the very beginning of early giving that starts on April 5th, all the way until the end of the event at 8 p.m. on April 19th. And the leaderboard counts, or I'm sorry, the leaderboard counts for all donations received. It counts for online and offline. There are first through third place each for 12 prizes total. Typically, the first place prizes are $6,000, the second place prize is $4,000, and the third place prize is $2,000, and that goes for each one. And yes, as you can tell, the nonprofit categories are applied here, and there's only one per organization. So that means only nonprofits can only receive one. So for example, if a nonprofit reaches the greatest number of donors and the most dollars, we will give that nonprofit the most dollars raised in that category. Or I guess it kind of depends on the situation, but more often than not, if the nonprofit has first place in both, we will give them the most dollars raised, and then we will bump up the other nonprofits for the greatest number of donors. So again, the nonprofit can't receive both most dollars raised and greatest number of donors. They can only get one. There's also been a situation where the nonprofit has third place in one category and second place in the other category. In that instance, we will give that nonprofit the second place in that prize, and then the nonprofits will be bumped up in the other in the other prize. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, I can try reiterating it again. But yeah, only organizations can only receive one leaderboard prize. And the monies you receive in the leaderboard don't count towards the final total dollars raised. So we ask you don't include the prize money that you receive in your totals, in your online totals, if you will, on the website. Don't put it in as an offline gift, because we want to see how much was raised by the community, community members and their donations. So Power Hour, this is the one you were most excited to learn about. So we have a whole ton of Power Hours this year. If you have participated in the past, you may have noticed that our schedule looks a little different this year. And the main difference in the prize schedule, one of them, I should say, is that we have more Power Hours this year and less golden tickets. So we have added 3 Power Hours to the schedule, 2 focused on greatest number of donors and 1 focused on most dollars raised. So going back, the schedule, the Power Hours are focused on most dollars raised or most unique donors in any given hour, and they are alternating between the 2, except for the morning. I believe we have 2 donors and $2 in a row. And again, that's because we really want to hone in on engaging the most number of donors this year and broadening the network for all nonprofits. So throughout the day, those Power Hours, those challenges, the most dollars raised and most unique donors are alternating between each other throughout the entire day. And the nonprofit categories are applied, so there will be a prize for the small nonprofit and the medium large nonprofit that that unlocks that challenge, that reaches the first place in the most dollars raised within that specified time range, or reaches the most unique donors in that specified time range. Like I said, the schedule's now on the website. Definitely go check it out. You can see it on the home page on the top right-hand corner. There's the prizes button, and you can click on that and see all the prizes that are listed there. Again, nonprofits can only win 1 Power Hour prize. So if you won the 9 to 10 coffee hour prize, you can't win another Power Hour, even if you reached that challenge or you got the first spot in another hour. So you can't win more than 1 Power Hour prize. And again, the money you received for the Power Hour prize will not be counted towards your final total dollars raised. Golden tickets. So golden tickets, we are only offering 3 this year, and you can check those out in the schedule. And the reason why we have taken out some of those golden tickets from the schedule and added more Power Hours is because year after year, looking at the data and analytics, the engagement in the golden ticket hours, the specified hours where there was a golden ticket prize, the engagement was lower. And that was consistent every single year. And also consistent every year, the engagement was much, much higher during the Power Hour prizes. There was much more motivation and incentive for nonprofits and their donors and networks. So we have, we are offering fewer golden tickets, but still want to incorporate them in the day because we love engaging that donor who helped their nonprofit win the prize. And I think it's just a great way to involve even more community. So during specified times, like you'll see here, the golden ticket 4 to 5, a donor will be randomly selected during that hour, and that donor's gift to a nonprofit will be enhanced. So meaning not their gift will become $10 to $1,010. It just means their gift helped you win that $1,000 golden ticket prize, or however much it will be this year. We're still calculating the prize pool into the amounts. So not literally that donor's gift will become $1,010. It just means their gift of however much helped you gain that prize. So the nonprofit categories don't apply here for golden tickets. Only one prize will be awarded. There's no small and medium large that will win a golden ticket. It's just one golden ticket and one prize only for that hour. Only online gifts will count toward golden tickets. And you can see that is the same applied for power hours. So I forgot to mention this before, but yes, online gifts only count towards the hourly specified time prizes, such as the power hour and the golden tickets. So only when we, do our verification process and see which nonprofit won the prize, we will do a filter in our search, and we will only count those gifts made online during that specified time for these prizes. Again, it won't be counted towards your final total dollars raised, and the only organizations can only win one golden ticket. So you can't win the golden ticket from 4 to 5 and the other in the other times of the day. The board member prize. So this is a prize that helps engage your board members and helps incentivize them to be a part of Great Community Give and support your organizations. So in order to be eligible for the board member prize, you got to do a couple things. One is to engage 100% board member participation, meaning 100% of your board members have to give to your nonprofit by 4 p.m. on the day of Great Community Give. So they can give starting April 5th all the way to 4 p.m. on April 19th. So that's one. You got to get 100% of your board members to give, and it could be $10, $100, $25, it doesn't matter, but they need to give. That's the first thing. And then the second thing nonprofits have to do is to send me the list of your current board member names and emails to me by email by April 12th, so a week before the event on April 19th. And the reason I ask for their names and emails is because it's my triple check to make sure that I indeed, John Smith is indeed a board member of the nonprofit. And yeah, so again, have 100% of your board members give by 4 o'clock on April 19th, and send me their names and emails, your board members' names and emails by April 12th. And I will reiterate and hopefully convey confidence in you all that I have no intentions of contacting your board members unless they're already on our email list for other reasons. Maybe they're a part of the Community Foundation in other ways, but I have no intentions of adding their emails to our email list or otherwise. It is solely for this purpose. So I hope you understand and feel like I won't be spamming your board members. It is just our way of making sure we have the right people. And yeah, so when you do those two things, you'll receive an entry, and the nonprofits who check both those boxes will be entered in a random drawing, and the nonprofit will be randomly selected at 5 o'clock on the day of the event on April 19th. So board members can give online, or they can give cash and checks as well. They can give both types of gifts if they choose. If they do give cash and checks, again, as is the case with all cash and checks, you are responsible for entering and tracking those types of gifts on the website. And there's a way for you to manually enter those offline gifts of cash and checks. I highly recommend you look at the resources given on the website, the nonprofit FAQ, and the nonprofit toolkit, what have you. There are loads of resources and guides that will help you step by step on how to manually enter those cash and check gifts so that they may count on the website and for prizes. I've had a lot of questions about the board member prize and matches and challenges. So a lot of nonprofits like to engage their board in a match gift or a collective challenge gift. And they'll ask me, do their gifts towards the match gift also count towards the board member prize? Yes, it does. It is it's a win-win situation. You have a match gift that will hopefully incentivize giving that way, and it also counts towards this board member prize. There's a little more manual administrative parts on my end to make sure that those board members are counted towards this, but it absolutely counts. So it's a win-win situation. And if you're considering doing something like that, please feel free to reach out to me for any questions on how to go about that. The Good Samaritan Prize. So I mentioned that this was introduced last year. The winner of the prize was Paul Reiner, and Paul gave to all of the listed nonprofits during Great Community Give. He gave to all of them. So it was an automatic win for Paul because the donor who gives to the most number of organizations can be online cash or check gifts, starting from early giving April 5th all the way to the end of the event, 8 p.m. on April 19th, will be eligible to receive the Good Samaritan Award. So it was an easy calculation on our part to determine that Paul was the winner of the Good Samaritan Award. And the donor, Paul, will be able to choose up to 3 organizations to divide a donation of to be determined evenly between the 3 organizations if they so choose. So the donor who wins the Good Samaritan Award can choose 1 organization, 2 organizations, 3 organizations, and depending on how many they choose, that award will be divided evenly amongst those organizations. The winner of the Good Samaritan Award will be decided on April 20th, the day after GCG, and they'll be contacted by us at the Community Foundation via the information they provided when they gave. And we'll reach out to them and talk to them and let them know they won the Good Samaritan Award and please choose your organizations. And yeah, if they choose to be anonymous, then we'll respect their wish and not disclose that information to the public. And we'll just converse with them privately and ask for the nonprofits they choose, or they can also choose those nonprofits to be totally random. And it's whatever that winner of the award chooses, and we'll go by what they wish, and that prize, those prize monies, will be awarded to the nonprofits the week of April 24th, the week after. The Community Influencer. So this is another incentive prize for peer-to-peer fundraisers. It was introduced last year. The winner of this Community Influencer Prize was the volunteer group at Cross Keys Equine Therapy. And they were the peer-to-peer fundraiser page who engaged the most number of donors on their profile page. And they'll be contacted by us at the Community Foundation, and the organization that they helped support will receive an extra TBD prize. Again, that prize will be awarded to the nonprofit the week after GCG on April 24th, or the week after, the week of April 25th. So peer-to-peer fundraisers have this to work towards and free ice cream. So they can help their nonprofit gain even more funds, and they can get free ice cream. So I don't know, honestly, I don't know what gets better than that, but maybe if you have an idea, let me know. The next kind of prize is the Leg Up Prize. So the Leg Up Prize was introduced last year, and we're bringing it back this year. It's a random drawing of a nonprofit, and it can be small or medium large, who raised less than $1,000 total during the entire GCG campaign. And it incorporates both cash and check gifts and online gifts. And this nonprofit must not have been awarded another prize during Great Community Give. So if they didn't win any prizes during GCG and they raised less than 1,000 total, those nonprofits who are eligible will be entered in a random drawing for the Leg Up Prize. And this is a great way to, again, boost those smaller nonprofits who may not have the resources and capacity as some of the larger organizations. And again, the prize will be awarded the week after, on the week of April 25th. Early giving. So this is a new kind of prize this year, totally brand new to everybody. We're introducing it this year, and the prize is awarded based on a random drawing of all nonprofits who received an online or cash check gift during early giving from April 5th to the start of the event on April 19th. Again, so that's the early giving phase. So all nonprofits who received a gift during early giving and were not awarded another prize during GCG will be eligible to be entered in a random drawing for the early giving prize, and we'll randomly select the one nonprofit and notify them of their great news, and that gift, that award, will be given to the nonprofit the week after, the week of April 24th. Early Bird Prize. This is another new prize this year. Again, it's awarded based on a random drawing of all the nonprofits who register early, as defined as by December 15th. They must not have been awarded another prize during Great Community Give. And those eligible, again, will be entered in a random drawing. We'll pick one and let them know, and we'll award it the week after of GCG. So that was a lot of information I just threw at you. There's a lot of things to consider, and there's like it counts for this and not that, and the hours and the golden tickets, and it's a lot. And I know that. So hopefully this chart and the following chart will kind of help sum it up for you. And yeah, so it kind of goes through donations, categories, the challenge, and the time frame. So you can see for the leaderboard, the power hour, golden ticket, and the board member prize, what type of donations count for each, whether or not the nonprofit categories are applied in those hours and those prizes, the challenge in that prize, whether it's raising the most dollars or engaging the most donors. It could be totally random and 100% participation. And then the time frame, April 5th through the end of the event, a specified hour, and then April 5th through 4 p.m. on April 19th. And same thing on this slide is a chart of the rest of the kinds of prizes. You can see the donations that count for each, the categories, the challenges, and the timeframes. So hopefully this is helpful. And I will post the slides with this recording of the webinar, and hopefully you can print it out, and hopefully this sums up for you nicely. If you have any additional questions about it, just please let me know at the end. So the rules. Every year, I ask all nonprofits who participate in GCG to sign an electronic version of the GCG rules. And it goes through everything from start to finish, from general eligibility to general information, additional information about the prizes. And it's a way of making sure that you fully understand the rules and the information and the expectations of nonprofits when they participate in GCG, and the expectations from the community foundation or of the community foundation as well. So it's a memo of understanding, if you will, between the nonprofits and the community foundation because we want to make sure that it is fair for everyone participating, and we want everyone to have a good time. So I will be asking you to sign the electronic version of the Great Community Give rules document starting next week, and that will be due by April 5th. A reminder that we have one training next week, or one session, if you will. It's the brainstorming session, and it's focused on community outreach. It's on Tuesday, March 21st, and it's facilitated by me. It's an open conversation between the nonprofits in the Zoom room, talking about what works and what doesn't work for them, and hopefully giving each other ideas on how you can better increase your outreach for Great Community Give and beyond. So now I'm happy to take questions. It's 11:40. Again, I threw out a lot of information at you. This is my contact information. Hopefully you have it already. Big thank you to the Downtown Creative for always capturing the excitement of GCG. And yeah, like I said, it's 11:42 now. We just have a little under 20 minutes for questions. So happy to take those now and ask anything that is on your mind. Chelsea asked, have or will you go over how to add cash or check donations for the GCG? I'm happy to send resources from GiveGab that goes over that step by step. Let me go search for that now and enter it in the chat while we're here. Okay. So I just sent a link to the guide on how to add offline donations to your Giving Day profile. If you have any additional questions after reading that guide, please let me know. Any other questions? Can either be in the chat box or unmute yourself and ask through your microphone. All right, well, seeing that there's no questions, I'll go ahead and close out with, I hope you all are getting really excited. We're getting close to the 30-day, time frame, and I hope you're getting excited and that you're starting to promote your involvement in GCG, whether it be social media, emails, phone calls, in-person conversations, what have you. I hope you're starting to ramp up the excitement for your people. And I hope you yourself are also getting excited, because that's what this is all about. So yeah, I'm getting really excited, and I hope you are too. If you have any questions that come up after the fact, please feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me via email, or I have my Monday office hours from 10 o'clock in the morning to 12 in the afternoon on Zoom room, same Zoom room as you just entered here for the webinar. And you can hop in and ask any questions then, or call me or email me, whatever. So thank you all again, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.